For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a kind of an overview of the Kampa Tent Range. So we'll go through everything that is the inflatable to the poled and sort of give you a bit more impression of what basically Kampa do as a company. So we've got nearly every single model they have up in Kampa here. So let's go through and sort of talk through the different models and a few changes for the 2018 season. So let me just pick the camera up and we'll have a little wander. So the first one on the actual point here is the updated Studland 8 Classic. So it is again an inflatable tent. You've got a front canopy on the front there, but they've got a beautiful new polycotton colour. So this here is kind of like a nice grey, and I think actually it looks really sharp and on point. And yet again, we can check out all our review videos on this particular model. You've got the get my words out there. This is the Croyd. So this is the normal Croyd Air. So this is in the polyester rather than the polycotton, which you can see there. Exactly the same tent, just the fact that it's obviously polycotton rather than polyester when we have here. We then move on to, again, the new colour of the Croyd Classic. So the sand kind of colour has now been removed into the new grey. No differences in terms of the outside sort of point really, but there are a few major tweaks across the whole range for 2018. So they've now have zip-up curtains rather than toggle-up curtains and some extra ventilation points. This is yet again the Croyd. This has an optional mesh door on the front. The reason being, yet again, it just gives you allowed to have circulation of air without the bugs and critters coming in. But again, it's still got the update of the mesh door. New thing as well, you can also buy an extra canopy like we saw on the Studland at the start. Moving on into the Bergen. So this is probably Kampa's best-selling tent of 2017. It's got the updates. Like I said, we've got a front canopy on the front of here as well. You can check out our pitching and packing the videos of these single models we've been through so far. Really nice model. Yeah, again, you've got zip-up curtains, you've got the little, it's a bit different because it's more of a comparison to the Montana, and they've introduced a Bergen 4, so slightly smaller because of the great success of it, and a really nice model again there. Moving on into sort of the smaller range, starting with the likes of the Breen 4 Classic Air. So this is a really nice small polycotton tent, ideal for couples, and yet again, it just makes, for the amount of room you've got, for the internal room, I think is a really nice model. One we'll be displaying certainly at our indoor showroom in Gloucestershire. Moving on to the much loved Hailing 4. Kampa's one of the best Kampa's models they've been selling for 2016 and 2017. I can see it carrying forward into 2018, so again, a few updates on that particular find. And you can really justify Kampa's lovely pegging system you've got here, so it allows you to peg the main part of the tent and the guy rope at the same time. So they've actually introduced a new classic model of the Hailing. Exactly the same size, just obviously it's the polycotton material rather than the polyester. Moving up, it's bigger brother. You've got the Hailing 6 Air, same sort of thing on the go here, bit larger, few updates again for 2018 season, but you can always have a look at that on our website. Classic version was something they did last year, and again, it just with a new colour change looks really smart. I think they have Kampa up their game, certainly for actually making things updated in terms of features, but they've actually kept the price all the same. So that's a really nice range on the air poled, sort of all the airs there. And we will be having a sort of a mixture of these all on display at our indoor showroom. Moving on into the pole collection. Not before, there's a few actually more airs we're going to run through. So, Breen 3 Air. So it's a kind of like a little hybrid with the front pole there. Really good size, one of our probably best selling air tents from Kampa just because it's so small, but yet you get so much room inside of it. And that's its bigger brother with the front canopy. So that is the Breen 5. So they make this in a 3, 4 and a 5. But actually, so that's the 4, my mistake. This 4 looks so big, I thought, wow. That's the extra front canopy you can buy. So you can buy that front canopy yet again for the 3, 4 or 5. Like I said, it's on the 4 there. And you're getting a bit more of a price point orientated on that one, but those are pretty much unchanged for the 2018 season. One of those things, I suppose, if it's not broke, don't tend to fix it, but it gives you sufficient sort of room inside of it without going too much onto it. On the pole front, we've got the likes of the ever much loved Croyd 6 and Croyd 8. So it's a steel pole tent, more of your classics sort of style. Front, nice open front, which you buy again a vestibule for it. That's the 8 there, which has got sort of 6 at the back and extra living area, sort of bedroom that goes in there nicely. Moving on to the 6, really well price pointed for this for the 2018 season. And yet again, you've got the front canopy sort of vestibule, which is sort of nicely toggled over there and then strapped back as you can see it. Watergate 8, vis-a-vis style, so you've got people sleeping at each side with a nice sort of centralised living area with a side canopy on there. Really does help to make it quite roomy, and it's a great area for cooking. So if you want to keep yourself away from the kids when you want to sleep, it's a good option to have a look at the Watergate. They make a smaller version of it, the Watergate 6, which is this model here, and yet again it just allows you to happily accommodate 6 people. So you've got 4 on the right hand side there, there's a small 2-berth on the left. Hailing 6, a really nice sort of more usable size tent, so you've got 6 at the back, a good sized living area, an open canopy area as well, and that's one we have on our display showroom in Gloucestershire as well. You've got its smaller little sister, the Hailing 4, same features, same things built into it, just obviously a slightly smaller version, and we've got the vestibule positioned on it at the moment. Now, one of probably, again, we do the air versions of the Breen, you've then got a poled version of the Breen, same sort of thing. This is the 5 with the front canopy on the front, and again, it just gives you that extra bit of room as you want to, but nice and simple, and all the poles are normally colour coordinated on the Kampa models. Breen 4, yeah, again, really nice sort of thing, slightly smaller, but still a very good size. You can stand up in that one happily, and the Breen 3 as well, which is a really nice model, probably Kampa's best-selling small pole tent that you'll find, just because the size you get and certainly the floor span it takes on the pitch is a good model. Moving on to the Brighton range, so the very, very small tents, you've got the classic style, the Brighton 2, Brighton 3, Brighton 4, very keen price points. Still, you don't compromise on quality, but it goes all the way. And you've got sort of mesh doors in the front there, but very, very popular. And then the Brighton 5. So that's sort of a bit of a bigger tent. You can quite happily sort of stand up in the main part of, but really model. And this is basically Kampa's show, which we're at. So majority of these models we stock at Attwoolls, so you can always check them out and go in a bit more depth. This just give you a bit of a preview on what to look forward to for the 2018 collection. So in the meantime, let us know whatever you need to see, and we'll hopefully take care of it.